The abyss and the light. The shimmering expanse of the hyperspace corridor pulsed with an otherworldly energy, filling the Zephyr with a resonant hum. So familiar yet strangely eerie this time. Captain Zara Thorne leaned into her seat, her fingers tightening around the armrest. The jump felt longer, rougher, and uncomfortably strained. Finally, the ship snapped out of hyperspace with a violent lurch, hurling Zara and the crew into silence. She turned toward the viewport, expecting Sark's green brilliance cutting through the velvety black. But there was nothing. No stars, no planets, nothing. Just an endless, suffocating void. A tendril of unease curled around her mind. "Helm, report!" Zara barked, struggling to suppress the chill seeping into her voice. "Captain, I don't know," the helmsman stuttered, his face pale in the phosphorescent glow of malfunctioning screens. "Scanners show nothing. It's like we're nowhere." "Captain, I don't know," the helmsman stuttered, his face pale in the phosphorescent glow of malfunctioning screens. "Scanners show nothing. It's like we're nowhere." Zara's sharp eyes darted across the flickering navigation console as she processed the nightmare unfolding before her. The error code screamed chaos, electrical misfires, hyperdrive failures, scrambled life support readings. "Damage report," she hissed, her words cutting like glass. "Minimal external damage," replied the engineer, his voice trembling slightly. "But, Captain, the hyperdrive's unresponsive. We're stuck." Panic whispered in the corners of the bridge while Zara straightened, her voice commanding cold confidence. "Redirect all power to emergency engines. And somebody, figure out where the hell we are." Even as her crew leaped to obey, Zara felt the oppressive weight of the void press against her chest. This wasn't mere navigation error. This was something else. Deliberate, watching, and impossibly vast. It wasn't just empty space they had entered. It was an abyss, unfathomable and hungry. The void became a predator stalking its prey. Days blurred into weeks as the Zephyr floated adrift, its life systems faltering, despair thick in every hushed conversation. Zara paced the bridge endlessly, her jaw clenched as she watched the holographic star maps flickering uselessly. Was this their tomb? Then, amidst the endless expanse, a faint shimmer rippled like a mirage, tiny, but undeniably there. Zara froze, her breath catching in her throat. "A ship!" she exclaimed, her pulse quickening. "Helm, plot a course to intercept!" Excitement mixed with disbelief rippled across the bridge as the Zephyr sluggishly maneuvered, its engines creaking from the strain. When they reached the vessel, darkness sprawled before them. A Goliath freighter from another age, its surface riddled with scars from battles long forgotten and its looming silhouette carrying a strange spectral allure. For someone else, it might have been a warning. For Zara, it was survival. "Prep the team for boarding," she commanded, the suspense sliding into her veins with electricity. Eerie quiet greeted the away crew as they forced their way onto the derelict ship. Corridors stretched in ominous silence, their footprints echoing through metallic tunnels. Every corner revealed ghostly fragments of lives once lived. A child's toy floating weightless, a cracked helmet coated in dust, ration containers dotted with frost and decay. It was as if the ghost ship had been abandoned mid-motion, its soul snatched away in an instant. And then Zara found it, a beacon, clinging stubbornly to life, faint and flickering. Scanning its controls, her fingers hesitated over the activation. "If this is a trap..." She trailed off, the silence almost mocking her suspicion. Energy surged as the beacon came alive, but then, so faint it almost drowned in the abyss, a signal pulsed. Hope coiled tighter around Zara's determination. "Set a course," she whispered, tension electrifying the air. "This signal will lead us out, or it will lead us deeper in." Through a labyrinth of warped space and shifting energies, the signal guided them to a celestial anomaly. Before the Zephyr lay a dazzling nebula, its ethereal glow pulsing with vibrant hues never catalogued in human history. And within its shimmering folds, nestled in cloaked space, an entire civilization thrived. The luminescents were breathtaking, beings of radiant, almost translucent forms that moved as though their mortal shapes were merely vessels. Their architecture defied logic, a fusion of ethereal energy and physical structure that pulsed with bioluminescent life. Zara and her weary crew were welcomed with surprising warmth. Guided beneath the glowing spires to the settlement's heart, They stood in awe at the harmony and beauty this hidden realm offered. Fountains of light rippled through streets where luminescents exchanged gifts, laughter, and serene glances. "Your kind is adrift," the luminescent elder spoke, its voice a complex melody echoing through Zara's mind. "Such is the way of civilizations burdened by greed without end." Pulled by curiosity and unease, Zara submerged herself in their archives, absorbing truths no human was meant to find. She discovered records of an ancient empire whose shadow seemed stitched into her own society. Civilizations that once spanned galaxies, torn apart by insatiable hunger for power. The void, the anomaly, whispered echoes of their destruction as grand fleets vanished and entire stars dimmed into silence. "Your empire mirrors their sins," the elder warned. This revelation chilled Zara. The threads of time were tightening, and her people stood at the precipice of the same annihilation. Time flowed strangely within the anomaly. Weeks passed, but it felt like hours. While the luminescents worked to restore the Zephyr with their unmatched technology, Zara lingered in quiet contemplation. The elder had shown her the currents of thought that tethered civilizations to cosmic tides, and the realization filled her with despair and wonder. "What if I told you?" Zara hesitated before the elder, her voice small. "What if my people are facing the same collapse?" The elder's radiant form pulsed softly. Such currents run deep in the galaxy. Fear, greed, longing. They bind the fates of empires as surely as gravity binds stars. "But surely we can escape it." "The choice belongs to you," the elder answered in a tone brimming with ageless wisdom. "Will your people be swept away, or will they learn to navigate these currents into still waters?" The question haunted Zara as she reboarded the Zephyr. Her crew, now equally changed, stared at her expectantly. But their departure held an unspoken gravity. This journey had pulled back the veil of the universe, exposing the fragile currents that governed their existence. The Zephyr finally emerged from hyperspace, returning to the outer territories of her empire. Sark's jewel-like visage gleamed once again, but Zara's gaze, once awed by its beauty, held something sharper now. Something changed. The void had stripped her bare, but the luminescence had given her a map. The challenge ahead was colossal. Her empire, gripped by fear and ambition, would resist change at every turn. Yet Zara now carried with her the wisdom of a civilization unclouded by darkness. The cold expanse of space once filled her with dread, but she now saw its currents as a force of transformation, a vast network connecting not just galaxies, but the thoughts, fears, and hopes of entire species. For the first time in her life, Zara was steering not just a ship but a vision for something beyond survival. "The currents are vast," she murmured, gazing out at Sark's glinting horizon. "But I will not let us drift into the abyss." And so, new determination hummed within her veins. The fight for the Empire's future had begun, sparked by the faint echoes from a dead ship, ignited by a hidden civilization's luminescent wisdom. Zara was no longer just charting stars. She was navigating the fragile, ever-turning currents of humanity itself.